Welcome to Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host, Abby Peel, and for the next 4 weeks, we're coming to you from the Lake Sunapee Protective Association, overlooking our beautiful Lake Sunapee in Sunapee Harbor. The LSPA has been encouraging stewardship of Lake Sunapee and its surrounding watersheds since 1898. Today, we'll hear from Executive Director Elizabeth Harper about their mission and how they'll celebrate their 125 years of endeavors. Rick Stockwell, the head of the Visual Arts Guild of the Center for the Arts, will tell us about their efforts and introduce us to their latest show at Bar Harbor Bank on Main Street in New London. And we'll close with Christine Frost as she introduces her new store in Bradford called Soul Source. Don't go away because you won't want to miss this week's edition of your Yankee Chronicle. We'll be right back.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Have fun. Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you.
This program is supported by H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating. Their full-service model offers oil delivery, propane, motor fuels with design, installation, service, and maintenance of all types of oil, gas, and alternative energy systems, as well as air conditioning, water conditioning systems, and backup generators. Their highly trained and friendly staff will assist you throughout the process of buying, installing, and servicing a full line of energy products. H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating.
Welcome back to Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host, Abby Peel, coming to you from the Lake Sunapee Protective Association right here in Sunapee Harbor. Come and check them out. I'm now joined by the Executive Director, Elizabeth Harper. Hi, Elizabeth.
Hi, Abby.
Thank you for hosting us and having us. I said right before we started, I've never been in this classroom before.
Oh, I'm so glad you came. It's really fun to be able to show people around our new building. We just renovated, and it's a great space. So.
You were saying that people can pop by at any time.
Yep, we're open 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, and people are welcome to come in. We have a lot of educational displays that are a lot of fun to check out, and we love to see families, especially kids, in this room upstairs.
Yeah.
We have a toddler program for preschoolers and young children on Tuesdays
Great.
at 10 o'clock that anyone's welcome to drop by.
Perfect. Good for parents watching to know. Yes. So you're in your first year. It'll be July. That marks 1 year that you're in your position. How's it going?
It's great. We have so many amazing people who are part of this organization.
You do.
There's a lot of great work going on to try to, preserve and enhance the environmental integrity of our watershed and of our lakes in the region. That's what we like to focus on, and we've got a lot of great activities going on.
Really important and an exciting year because this is the 125th birthday of LSPA. How are you celebrating?
We are celebrating a lot. We're pretty excited to be celebrating our 125th year. We're the oldest environmental organization in New Hampshire.
Wow.
So we were founded in 1898.
That is crazy.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
And so we have a whole list of events this year to celebrate. And our first one will be coming up April 21st.
Coming right up.
Yep.
Yep.
We're celebrating Earth Day. So Earth Day is on a Saturday, but we're going to celebrate on a Friday.
Okay.
And we have a great event. Peter Block's incredible photography is going to be paired with Dave Anderson's really, really inspiring words about the natural world. And that's a program that's going to be great for families, sort of all ages. I think it'll be a really inspiring evening that we hope a lot of people will join us for.
Amazing. What a great way to kick off this month-long list of celebration. People should pick up one of these because there's a lot we're going all the way to September with events. So tell us what's next after this.
Yeah, so we have a lot of events going on, and I'll just highlight some of the big ones because we do have a lot, and I hope everyone will check out our website for a full list of events.
Fabulous.
And so we also have a science panel that will be moderated by Laura Canoy. So a lot of the work that we do here at LSPA is based on science that's done by researchers who come in from all over the world, and we'll have a panel discussion with those researchers about the science that's been done and sort of what we see as the future for Lake Sunapee.
Fantastic. That's wonderful. And then looking into July, which will be the height of the season here in the harbor. So what do you have going on? I think this is the busiest month that you have.
Yes, we have a lot going on, but in particular, it'll be our annual meeting. We always have our annual meeting in July, so
Great.
It's July 15th. And we'll have a reception for members after that will be sort of a celebration, a birthday party for us. So we really hope that members will join us for that. And anyone who's not a member who wants an invitation for that, I would encourage to go to our website, become a member, so you'll get an invitation to that.
Yeah, talk about becoming a member to LSPA. What does that entail? Why should someone become a member?
So we have a lot of volunteers that are engaged in many different aspects of our work. We have lake hosts, people who are inspecting boats to make sure that we don't have invasive species coming into our lakes, and who will do weed watching to make sure that we don't have invasives that are on the shores. There are a lot of different ways that people can get involved in some of our science work also, collecting water samples, monitoring cyanobacteria levels. So there are a whole host of ways. We also have education committee and a bunch of different committees that people can get involved in. So all that information is on our website.
Great.
So I would encourage people to go to our website, check out the opportunities to get engaged, and also to sign up for our newsletter. We have a monthly e-newsletter that talks about all the work that we're doing, all of our upcoming events, and ways that people can get engaged. So I would encourage people to sign up for that.
Fantastic. I know for a fact that volunteers are important because my dad is a loon watcher on his lake.
Yes,
so
and I shouldn't have forgotten that.
Yes, so we're always quick to be like, Dad, there's a loon watcher. So very important. So head to your website for all this information.
Yes, but really what it's about is being part of the community that is working towards the goals that we have here of really maintaining the water quality of our lake, which we know is so important, not just for recreation, but for the economy in our region.
Yeah.
I think we all recognize its importance, and so when members donate, that's what funds our operating budget. That's what allows us to do the work that we do, testing water quality, keeping an eye on what's going on in the lake, educating people about what they can do to be good stewards of our resources.
Sure.
So it's pretty important, but it's also just part of being a part of what we do.
Yeah, fantastic, and staying in the know. I want to mention one at the end to wrap it all up. September, you're going to head out on the boat on Sunapee for a full moon cruise. What a great way to wrap up this year of celebration.
Yes, we have a couple of cruises, one in August and one in September, and those are opportunities to get out on the lake.
Why not?
Yeah, so I think those will be a lot of fun.
That'll be fantastic. We should mention again, we ran through a lot of different events that are happening, but for any information about becoming a member, about things that are happening, regular events, plus this 125th annual celebration, check out your website, correct?
Yeah, that would be great. Yes, we have a lot of information there.
You do. You have a lot of information in general, so I think it's always important to stay up to date. When your newsletter comes in, I'm like, okay, got to have a minute to read through it because it's jam-packed with information. You guys are doing such wonderful work here at LSPA.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for hosting us, and thanks for joining me.
Yeah, thanks, Abby.
When we return, Rick Stockwell will give us a rundown of the mission of their Center for the Arts Visual Arts Guild. And Roger Wells of the Art Group and Jay Fitzpatrick of their Photo Group will show us some of their collaborative efforts. But first, these words from one of our collaborators, the good business underwriters that make Yankee Chronicle possible.
You're looking at the #1 cause of lung cancer. That's why the Surgeon General issued this warning. Now you're looking at the #1 cause of lung cancer for non-smokers. That's why the Surgeon General issued this warning. Radon is an invisible radioactive gas that seeps inside your home from underground. Whether you smoke or not, radon can cause lung cancer. Protect your family. Have your home tested. Call 1-800-SOS-RADON. Radon problems can be fixed.
This program is supported by Main Street Bookends of Warner for books, toys, games, cards, gifts, and a gallery of local art. Main Street Bookends of Warner.
Welcome back to your Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host, Abby Peel. The Center for the Arts is involved in many activities, bringing entertainment, arts, and educational activities to our Lake Sunapee region. One such effort is the regular hanging of art, and there are several micro-galleries which populate our area. Let's now check in with Rick Stockwell, the head of the Visual Arts Guild, on their latest efforts. Here's Rick, Roger, and Jay.
So the Center for the Arts is the Area Art Association. We have 3 guilds, the Literary Guild, the Performing Guild, which just had a sold-out show for St. Paddy's Day. It was an Irish step dancing and singing group. And the Visual Arts Guild, which is what I'm involved with. We have 4 micro-galleries in New London with shows every 3 months, area artists, with a gallery walk opening on the first Friday. And we serve great food and free wine. Sometimes, if people have been to all of our shows, we can tell by the way they're walking towards the end of the opening. And we also we provide art for area restaurants and hotels. We have 2 support groups for photographers and artists called the Art Cafe and the Photo Cafe, critique group, a way for artists to get together. We have a big show with over 50 artists in Sunapee Harbor in July. It's a 7-day show, and all the proceeds, the percentages that the Center for the Arts get, most of those go towards scholarships to support local students, some of whom have gone on to become professional in their fields. And we have a website, Center for the Arts NH for New Hampshire, and you can see all of our activities, how to join, how to contribute. We're a nonprofit, all volunteer, although we just did hire a new director, which is something we're very happy about. We want to provide opportunities to support artists and encourage young new artists. It's a great group of people, great volunteers. Check us out on the website. We are at the Bar Harbor Bank branch on Main Street in New London, and this is one of our micro-galleries. This show is a collaboration between the Art Cafe and the Photo Cafe. Artists would pick a photograph to interpret either literally or abstractly. So this is a show showing what they did with the photographs they chose to depict. I've always thought that abstract art was kind of confusing for people without some form of interpretation. So you will see a couple of our artists talk about their interpretations of the photographs. So this show runs through the end of April. And then another show will come in early May. Roger Wells is the founder and head of the Art Cafe, which has been going on for, I think, 7 years, meets monthly. And it's unfortunately a closed group because we found that more than 12 people is difficult for a group. And Jay Fitzpatrick is the head of the Photo Cafe, which meets monthly, and it is an open group. Some meetings are on Zoom, some are at the New London, the library, and it's an excellent group to support new and established photographers.
My good friend, Rick Stockwell, did this photograph of Canterbury Village, which is a well-known Shaker village in New Hampshire. A winter picture photograph, which is just lovely, I think. I was an architect and I really appreciate and worked on a lot of historic structures. So as an abstract artist, I'm trying to take something that clearly has emotion to begin with and see whether I can't create something that is more, that there's something there that you didn't initially see, that would make you look a little deeper into it. So in this case, what I did was to blow this photograph up onto a big piece of paper, cut it up into pieces, and put the pieces back together again, upside down. Now, why did I do that? Well, I wanted to try and show how these different pieces that make up the shaker shapes, which is what this painting is called, create an environment and a relationship of shapes and colors that are just so wonderful. There is also hidden behind this, from where Rick took the photograph, a barn which has a red peak on it. And in order to create a little focus for the eye here, you're seeing a piece of it in this painting. So this should give you a sense of the spaces, the shapes, and the simplicity of elegant shaker work. So this is a wonderful photograph that Jay Fitzpatrick took of a multicolored iris. Just absolutely gorgeous. And one certainly could interpret it traditionally in a beautiful painting. I wanted to lighten it up a little bit if I could. And what did it say to me that wasn't necessarily a flower? And I know this is strange thinking, but as I peered at it, I said, geez, I could make that into a volcanic island. And so that's what I did. I took the shapes and the colors and adapted it to an aerial view of an island that had smaller islands around it, dead volcanoes and active volcanoes, as a kind of, I suppose, humorous interpretation of this gorgeous flower.
This is a photograph that I took when I was studying still lifes in my home studio, and I used soft boxes to create a soft lighting environment, and I framed it up and we shared it with the artist group. And as you can see, different interpretations of this photograph are here, including this more or less abstract version of it, a 3D version of it, and a more literal version of the photograph, off-centered a little bit different composition than what you see in the original photograph. But I think this is a good example of the creativity that went into evaluating the original photograph, reinterpreting that photograph, and coming up with something new and unique that is specific to the artist involved.
Thanks, guys. A tip of the hat to the Center for the Arts and their efforts filling our area with rich tapestry of artistic work in many forms. Check out their website for the latest on what's happening. When we return, we'll revisit a piece we did about a new store in Bradford. Let's now take a break for a few words from another business that underwrites your Yankee Chronicle. These businesses can only continue if you buy local and support those that support us.
This program is supported by the Innertown Record, your weekly hometown community newspaper covering the Kearsarge Sunapee Sunshine region of New Hampshire. The Innertown Record.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. Learn more at wearebroadcasters.com/hope, furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
The American Red Cross blood supply is at historically low levels this winter, and we're facing a dangerous situation. Hospitals and patients are counting on donors to get the blood they need. Make a life-saving appointment today. Visit redcrossblood.org or call 1-800-RED-CROSS.
This program is supported by Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer located in New London, New Hampshire since 1997, with roots going back much further as the country press, AccuMail, and the home of the Kearsarge shopper. Echo Communications.
Welcome back. I'm Abby Peel. Soul Source is a new store in downtown Bradford. We visited them last fall and bring you this little tour and interview with its owner. Tell us more, Christine.
It is a home goods store that I'm trying to provide things that you may not find elsewhere. We're trying to do things that are made in the U.S. And when we're not doing that, we're trying to also look at what we're bringing in that isn't bringing in chemicals or other harsh things to people's homes. And then there's times when things are just pretty, and there's some things that are made in countries outside of the U.S., but they are made by organizations that assist women in starting businesses or that type of thing. So I've spent my life actually in public service. I ran regional planning commissions. I worked for the Department of Commerce Economic Development Administration. I did a lot of other things that were community building, trying to improve the economy of various regions and things like that. But I've always had an environmental background. And about 4 or 5 years ago, I met Krista Mahaley, who runs Nourish Holistic Health and Nutrition. I have been stuck in my house because of COVID for nearly 3 years. And even after that, I was working from home because situations have changed, and I was yearning to get out and to do things and to be social. I just was really ready for a change, and having all of that background. And I've always had this sort of weird thing about, oh, wouldn't it be fun to own, a little general store? Started looking at various spaces to open a store and arrived here. Again, it comes to my own personal health, and I don't think that I'm unique. So I have a number of products that are made in the U.S. Things that make me personally feel warm and cozy in my home, but that aren't filled or made of polyester or those sort of things that just contribute to so many of the health issues that we have. I have 2 different lines of cookware. There are some products here that will be sort of the foundations, sheets and towels, and I carry a line of furniture and mattresses and cookware, those sort of things. I carry a flatware line, which is the only remaining flatware company in the U.S., Liberty Tabletop. They actually bought out an Oneida plant in New York. That's kind of exciting kind of stuff, and any product that they make I can get for people. It's just drop shipped to their home. And then on top of that, I'm really trying to assist and promote some local makers. So I have a furniture maker that's going to be coming in November. I have a woodworker who does lots of bowls and cutting boards and really unique things. I have 2 or 3 potters that I'm working with. There's a lot of people who really like the idea of shopping local and being able to support artists and makers and things. This particular building that we're sitting in, is surrounded by these amazing windows. It has a really rich history in Bradford. Every other person that walks in the door says, oh, I remember Dodge's, and I used to get my, ice cream at the soda fountain, and then I also bought my car parts like 2 steps away, and it sounded like quite a variety of things. And in addition to that, this area is really rich in folks that have been here for generations. So the idea is to have this retail establishment be able to be successful enough to feed into a new nonprofit that would provide nutritional education in a group setting for folks. And it's the kind of environment that I remember when I was younger stores feeling like. And I don't know where those stores are anymore. I mean, you can go to TJ Maxx, you can go to big box stores, but you're not feeling like you're in a place, So people love it. I have met with Hannah at Sweet Beet and Kristen at Nourish, and we've all kind of gotten together and thought, how can we kind of talk about this jointly in joint marketing? So we've kind of come up with this little tag phrase that says Bradford for the health of it. And so, it really is sort of establishing this new vibe here, and it's kind of fun. We're at 102 East Main Street in Bradford.
Thanks, Christine, and what a unique store and right in the heart of our region. Please visit her and tell her you saw her on Yankee Chronicle. Next week, we'll be right back here at the Lake Sunapee Protective Association. Kurt Bishop will introduce us to the LSPA's Let's Be Clear campaign to maintain the quality of the waters in our region. And we'll close with Charles Glidewell from New London's First Baptist Church, giving us a reflection on this Easter season. Don't miss our Game of the Week second season with a replay of the Stevens at Fall Mountain football game from last fall. All games replay at 12 noon and 7 p.m. on Sundays and Mondays. All our programs are available on demand anytime at ycnnow.com. I'm Abby Peel. Join me here next week here at the Lake Sunapee Protective Association, where they feel that we owe it to the future generations to care for this special place. Please join us at this same time for another Yankee Chronicle.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
and Clark sheer athleticism.
It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom
Reaching residential areas.
and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.